battled against the Magmar again, and I used Tanuki Impact, managed to make it land on 54 damage, because it was 18, and I got 2 pairs of doubles. So 18 times 3 is 54. Then, after Magmar attacked Mario, I had Mario use the Super Hammer. It dealt 18 minus 4 damage, and then had Luigi use his hammer, and it dealt double damage, but I rolled this. So it was literally, if you did the math already, it would equate to this, and I got exactly 2 damage. But that's beside the point, because now we leveled up once again. And for this, level 7, which actually works very well for me that I managed to restart. I was depending on that, I was trying to find a word. So, level 7, for 1. So, level 7 you get more HP and more FP. So now Mario and Luigi's HP is 50, and now their FP is 20. Which is pretty good. But not good enough for the upcoming chapters. It's pretty much that you would need at least 30 for Chapter 6 or even for Chapter 7. And then you get 77 coins, let alone how much star points did the Magmar give. So it's adding, I think it was 70 coins. It gave 30 star points and 70 coins. I'm very sure on that. Because screw it, I'm gonna check again because I never remember these things. Magmar indeed gives you 33, yeah, I would have been wrong, 33 star points and 77 coins, so it's quite literally 77 times 2, which is 154, 149, 249. Oops, that's not it. 95, again. 154 plus 21, that makes it easier. 154 plus 21, 175. 33, 28. Level is now 7. And then items. I think it was not by choice and it was 2 items, but the worst thing is I have to put them in the extra slot or get rid of some items. Either Ultra Shroom or Golden Leaf. My choice is a Golden Leaf, just so that I can sell. What's worse is now I'm only able to get 1 more in the extra slot before I have to get rid of the items. So yeah, that is the update. I'm not using the lucky token. I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna try to get past this lucky space over here. As if you can see it, I'm gonna go ahead and look at my webcam to see if you did see it. You did. My mouse is not... You see this? It's not acting normal.
It's about time I came back. So I'm showing off the final enemy. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna see what I got by the rolls. I'm gonna show the enemy off after. And I haven't even landed on the lucky space in the rerun. But I used up a break token and I used up... Well, I didn't use up anything else. Oh, I got doubles. Wait. I got double ones. Well, I'm showing Mecha K. Bowser anyway. And you only battle 1. You make that Bowser Jr. made, but it seems like he's made multiples of the same thing in case 1 wasn't enough. Be wary, because this mech seems like a toughie. What I mean by multiples means that you only battle 1 of them, but it doesn't mean that there's only 1 out there. So you'll endlessly battle them unless you don't get any doubles. So its attack is what again? 8. Sometimes I think I should be LPing Fortune Street, but it took me years to beat that game. It took me from, I think it took me from like 2013 to 2022 to beat it. It took me almost a decade to beat Fortune Street. Because I beat the basic mode, but the standard mode was the hardest one. So it took me a very long time to beat. Hence why I don't want to LP Fortune Street, is because of how long it took me to beat it. 26. So it already goes down to 24. And now Luigi, I'm actually not going to use an attack. The attack that And it's considered a spiky enemy. Because Mecha K. Bowser, my imagination is it's like Bowser Jr. size, but it's as spiky as Bowser is. Hence why I'm considering it a spiky enemy. It's closest to what Mario Party, that Mario Party 3DS game that had Mecha Bowser in it. That's what I'm referencing. So I'm using Hammer. So it does 7 damage. Tails. So for Mario's turn now, I'm going to use... I want to use Fire Flower, but the last time I used it, I managed to deal no damage to an enemy. If I get 1, then I deal no damage. That's the only exception to the half damage roll. So, I'm not going to use Fire Flower. Instead, I'm going to use Iron Jump. $12, showing that. $6 damage. For Luigi, I'm using Hammer. No, I'm gonna use an FP move, Thunder. $8. So it's half or lower. And I got 8. I got heads, I saw it. It flipped to tails, so I'm gonna actually count it for that. Like, it slid off and became tails. I saw it being heads, but then it became tails. So gosh darn it, it only dealt 4 damage. Eye lasers, that's the animation that I tried to nail. Any more and it would have sent a piece flying. Got tails, by the way. I'm just using basic attacks because at this point it's pretty much over. 8. So it does 4 damage. I just have to depend on Luigi's hammer to do more than 3 damage. It did more than 3 damage, but the 3 was rolled with the 2. That's it for Mecha K. Bowser. Star points is... Oh, and it drops an item too. 14 star points and 30 coins. 62. 30 coins. Now I'm flipping a coin. Heads. I got the Ultra Shroom. Gonna get rid of the shroom. So I'm gonna get that down to 3. But if I get a lucky space, I'm cutting again because it's the same song and dance. Reroll because it landed on the thing to make it exactly diagonal. 1. Bap. I got doubles again! Oh my word. Oh my word. Did not expect to battle it again. At this point, I'm gonna level up even quicker. For Mario's move, I'm going to use Cat Dive again. I might finally be using up an item. Plus 10. Which is 21. And then Luigi, I'm going to use Super Jump. Because despite the fact that I considered it spiky, it won't deal damage to him. I know I made it so confusing in my notes as well. It's like, if you know the enemy is spiky, then it deals spiked damage. Super jump won't damage him though. I just wanted to get it lower than a 10, man. I've only gotten that once. 8. That's not promising. Unless I get double 1s, which is gonna have a whole bunch of recoil damage. Also, I rolled 21. I forgot to show the office damage. It's 29. I got a 5. So that's 13. Recoil damage wise, it's gonna be as much damage to him as it is to the enemy, but he's safe. I got heads. 7. Made it breathe out fire. Heads at long freaking last. 38. Mario's turn. I'm using an item, and that item is going to be the flower, so I'm gonna take that off of the quick slot of the extra slot. I'm not gonna use Tanuki Impact. I know it's gonna be yeah, I'm gonna use Tanuki Impact. Ultimate move time. Because it doesn't go through defense. It's just the first ultimate move. Five for 1. Doot. I got 2 pairs of doubles. So it's this times 3, but then divided by 2. 10, 15, sorry, 25, 75 divided by 2. It still delivers the finishing blow anyway, so who cares about the math, but the truth is 38 damage. I got a 6, so I skipped the lucky space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there's one more lucky space before I breathe out a sigh of relief. 1. Enemy time. I want to not roll a double. I want to battle against different enemies. Ah! It keeps climbing up! Oh no! Come on! I said I didn't want doubles. Checking the webcam. No! The only advantage is the star points, but what the heck? 3 times! This time in all caps! Worst thing is, I honestly don't remember. Oh, I'm right here. Never mind. If I get a 2, that's gonna be even crazier. 4. Freaking yes, but also oh freaking no. Good, it's not freaking Mecha K Bowser. Ah! It's Hammer Bros instead. Well, if I get heads here, then it's over. Nope, I get freaking tails! It attacks Mario. Tails! Why? RNG. You should see what one of my files would have been named. for Repo. 7. It's finally over.
5 star points and 8 coins each. We indeed leveled up again. Always forget. Is it 32? Because it's 5. Yes. 329. Level is now 8. Now Mario and Luigi's HP is 55. Their FP is still the same. And then items I think was I get an Ultra Shroom. Yes. So I'm gonna put in the extra slot the Golden Leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 18. Yeah.
Now that that's over, let's finally see if we battle against a freaking boss. Because, man, I've been rolling low rolls this entire time. 5. Is that a boss? Yes, finally.
Mechatronics!
We will win.
It's about time for you to show up. Now, you will be facing us both. Finally, teamwork at long last after so many years. And to think, when he last did this, when he did this, it was so long ago. In a boss battle with me and his junior back then was New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Now, we do it again. How much HP do I have?
Okay, this is it. The epic showdown against Bowser and Bowser Jr.
It's the final battle! Oh, really? We'll just have to find out!
Cat dive! That's what I'm doing first. And Tanuki impact for Bowser. Cat dive, 5 dice. Goes through the defense using it on Junior. 6. $11, 13, 19. I'm gonna use it on Bowser instead. Tanuki impact for Luigi. Double 6s. Oh my word. This is what I got. Double damage though. Or no, triple damage. I might even use this on Bowser too. Because of the half damage clause. 14 plus 12, 26 times 3, 78 divided by 2, 39. Oof. Purposely leaving Bowser and Bowser Jr. at low HP. You'll see why. That went far. Tails for Mario. Irony. The irony! Goodness gracious. It literally is 5 damage for Bowser Jr. from Bowser Jr. 4 from Bowser. Now for Mario, I'm going to yet again cat dive. But for Luigi, I'm using Thunder. $19. Literally the same deal. Thunder! $11. Instead does 9. Mamma mia! Oh right, that's right. Heads from Bowser Jr. Heads from Bowser. Basic attacks, because I think it's already over. Yep, look at that. 9. A dark comet rains down. And because of that, Bowser and Bowser Jr. admit defeat and runs out to see what happens. What ends up happening? A dark comet heads straight towards a mountain. And that mountain seems to be right towards Peach's castle. Sense of urgency in their care. Bowser looks at Mario and Luigi. Bowser looks at Mario and Luigi, nodding back to them, and says,
Enough of this. If it's going towards Peach's castle, I suppose we have to work together.
Which means Bowser is joining the party at long last. Start point wise, 50 star points and 255 coins. Ultra Shroom. I haven't even healed. Goodness.
The Dark Comet is headed towards Peach's castle. No!
Dad, think about this. If you head towards Peach's castle, alone, you might be dominated.
Imagine. No. Fine. Mario, Luigi, come with me. Let's save Princess Peach together.
I didn't make cutscenes in my earlier dice trials, so I thought it was going to be a little bit simpler for me to say what ends up happening after the happenings of Bowser's Castle. Definitely underestimated myself on that one because I actually didn't know what to do, except for I did remember the dream from last night, or not last night, from a few nights ago, for when from a castle there ends up being a dark comet that heads towards a mountain, and it's what inspired me to do dice trials, honestly. So, yeah, the dark comet is heading towards Peach's castle. Bowser hesitantly, because his son offered to help, hesitantly agreed to Mario and Luigi's aid and decides to join them on their journey. Next time in the dice trial, we are going to Chapter 6, where things will be completely different than before, because Peach wasn't kidnapped. This entire time, she wasn't kidnapped. Instead, she basically thought that Mario and Luigi... She basically thought that Bowser was doing something bad for the world, so that's why she had Mario investigate along with Luigi. Or just Mario. Luigi had no idea about it, and then Luigi offered to join as soon as he knew what was happening. This is Chapter 6, and because of that, the enemies are going to be a lot different. So, this might be the time that I finally use a shop token. And I don't even know how many parts this will be. Is it going to be 1 or 2? It's all dependent on what happens, because if I'm going to show this off as well. Well, dang, I feel bad. I'm going to show this off as well. Chapter 6 enemies will be a whole bunch different than before. Is this a test or is it a true battle? Yes. Chapter 6. Some of these enemies are not from the Mushroom Kingdom. This must have happened after the decisive battle at Bowser's Castle, since a familiar foe that shouldn't be alive came by to announce his revengeance of the dark. But that familiar foe decided to turn into a dark comet. So, I don't know how to spell this, but Toady, if you remembered from Mario, Toadies are those red Magic Koopa things. Shop, if you land on a lucky space and get heads, you get to go back here and get one thing for free. But if you get tails, you battle the Golden Mecha, which is even more powerful than the Golden Bowser statue. That's why I think that it's going to be one heck of a battle, but it's only if I get tails. Because otherwise, if you defeat it, the failed prototypes will all blow up, and so too do the Macaufals, leaving them with half of their HP and numbers. You level up instantly, but if you're close to leveling up, you level up twice. You also get 777 coins. The enemies that you encounter, I will tell you in the next part because why not? Might as well leave the suspense to what happens in the next one. See you guys then. Bye bye.